terrible day today. Terrible day. My dad's selling the Bronco. More to come. All right, pretty sad day today. We are parting from the Bronco that mostly, honestly, my dad has put all the work into, but just wanted you guys to be a part of this. So let me flip this camera around here. Actually, I don't know that I can, but anyway. So the buyers ended up wanting the wheels and tires off of another Bronco that my dad's got. So we've got those loaded up on the tractor, and then this is the Bronco that my dad's parting with. It's Bronco 2, 1984, pristine. I mean, everything's been gone through on it, brand new paint job, yada yada yada. But we're parting with it. Buyers are here, right back there in that car, and we're going to be getting this loaded up here in just a second in the flatbed to take it to the next city over. So just wanted you guys to be a part of this and share it with you. So here's the beginning. I'll show you guys getting it all loaded up and so on and so forth. So here we go. Sometimes selling things and moving a bunch of equipment around and stuff is a pain, because we have basically every trailer you can imagine here. We've got the dump trailer right there. We've got the enclosed trailer over there. But the Bronco that my father's selling doesn't fit in either one of those. So I've now got to run over to my house to get the flatbed trailer. So everything is such a production to get anything done, because nothing fits on that trailer, or it's too tall for this trailer, yada yada yada. So anyway, I'm running over to get that trailer, and here in just a second we'll get it filmed when we're throwing it on the trailer, the Bronco on the trailer and stuff, and headed to basically the next city over, Albuquerque, New Mexico, to deliver this Bronco. All right. Finally got the trailer hooked up to the 6-liter actually, and we're about to get the Bronco pulled on up here. Unfortunately, sad to see it go. My dad's put a lot of work into this one for sure. So she's loaded. So much time has went into this build. I mean, as you can see, this thing is beautiful. You can see literally everything's been reworked on this, new paint. It's beautiful. Interior is all in the trailer basically, but it's for the most part new. It's hard to see inside actually. I'll get you guys an inside video here in just a minute, but new headliner, etc. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing strapped down. When it comes to strapping, there's a couple tips that I have. Typically, I'll put a strap for all 4 corners. These are basically car grade or vehicle grade straps. However, they're pretty worn. If I'm hauling something that's not so decorative typically, or that I don't really care about messing up axles or the paint on axles, I typically will use chains and binders. But this is kind of a little different just because of all the paint work and stuff that's been done underneath. So for this one, I'm going to use 2 straps on the front, one on each side, basically around the wheel area on this has got I-beam suspension, so I'll go around one side beam, wrap the strap back to the pockets on the side, and then on the back I'll wrap it around the axle. And once I get that done, I'll show you guys what it looks like, but that's always worked well for me when we're transporting vehicles that are more or less fragile or paintwork, things like that. So I'll get that done and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Quick tip on straps. When you've got your strap fairly tight and you're like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with all the rest of this? What I typically do is flatten it out so it's all going in one direction, fold it in half. It's kind of hard to do this with one. And let me see if I can set this camera down. So fold it in half, stick your end underneath here, just like so, and ratchet it a couple more, then take the strap in half again, basically like this. So we've got the strap in half. I'm going to tuck it back in there again, just like so. Pull the strap back, click it a couple more times. That way you've got all of your strap tucked back in here. Obviously make sure your ratchet comes back down and locks, and we'll tighten this down again right when it's all snugged up. But now I've got this strap that's only this long that I've got to deal with, and I can even fold it again if I really wanted to, but it's probably going to be okay just like that. So just a quick tip. Typically on solid axle vehicles on the back, what I'll do is go from one stake pocket, same thing, another stake pocket, and do one on the back. And what I do is go under the differential and then over the pumpkin. It's kind of hard to see. Let's see if I can get it closer here. So as you can see, it just goes over the top of the pumpkin, underneath the actual axle tubes, and back out to the back. Now, obviously every load is different. Make sure that you evaluate your load and make sure it's safe before you actually take it on the road, but this is just how I do it. So just a few minutes away from getting on the road and taking this to Albuquerque. So we are just hitting the road. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is it's extremely dangerous. Not extremely dangerous, but one thing you want to really watch out for if you're doing any type of pulling or transportation when it's snowy or wet or there's moisture outside, and you're using the straps that I showed you guys earlier, those flat car hauler straps. Make sure you check, especially like the first 5-10 miles of your trip, if it's raining or snowy or just in general. If you could pull off at a gas station to fill up for the run or whatever it might be, check the straps, because you'll find they loosen up, especially if you're going over mountains or whatever where your load's moving around a lot and you're winding and turning. Those straps can come loose on you. So check them every single time you pull over, and really with any load you're hauling, whether it be chains or straps, it's good to check the tires, your straps and everything every time you stop, but especially right after you get the first couple miles in your trip. So just thought I'd mention that to you guys too. Cruising down the road right now. We're about 15 minutes out from our destination. Just kind of running through the canyon here in between Edgewood, New Mexico and Albuquerque, New Mexico. And we'll be there in about 15 minutes or so, get this thing unloaded and off to the new owners. All right, we're here at the customer's house, about to unload Bronco for the last time.